20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower cleared.
We got a roll program. Neil Armstrong reporting the roll and pitch program, which puts Apollo 11 on a proper heading.
How did you find out that we were going to send people back to the moon in 2024?
Well, I mean, I get so many, I'm on so many NASA newsletters, either as a fan or as a teacher and the educator sites. And
I didn't know the specific date. I knew that that they were working on SLS and Orion 4.
Yes, I have. And that's so exciting that we are looking to embark on the Artemis generation with our next 18 astronauts, at least for our cohort 1 support.
I want to say it was probably in college, was when they first started. You know, my internship was at an aerospace company, so I knew they were working on Orion. I got to work on Orion a little bit.
I know a little bit and not know a lot of regarding this.
Okay, but atoms come from stars, and and they're like, well, they don't really need to know that. I'm like, they don't need to know where elements come from. Like, that's crazy, And I just couldn't take it anymore. And so I'd rather teach small amounts of people and be able to, disseminate the right kind of information with the right kind of enthusiasm and projects.
It's almost like it's a little bit out of date because I don't think Tang is in every household, but there was a list of daily household items that we have because they're either cast-offs or byproducts of inventions that were used in space. And things like that, people say, oh, I didn't know I have a bagless vacuum cleaner if it wasn't for this development on the space station.
Make our race more survivable in a very uncaring universe. We need to be a multi-body species. The dinosaurs didn't just decide to kill themselves one day. Something came along and wiped them out. And if we don't want that to happen to us, we need to be on Mars. We need to be in the asteroid belt. We need to be on Titan. We need to be on the moon. We need to be everywhere. We need to be out as fast as we can. We need to be out
here on Earth and capitalize the resources there on the moon. But we need to further explore. Do I think that there's other things that are viable out there on the moon to support perhaps the population needs here on Earth? Absolutely.
I don't find that surprising at all. Most of the non-space nerds, that's what I call it, a lot of the space nerds that, they're not space nerds, they actually tell me that they didn't realize that NASA existed after the Apollo landing. And I was like...
So like after 3 months, I called him, hey, hello friend, how are you? He said, I'm fine, fantastic. What are you doing nowadays? He said, I'm doing my job, I'm a laborer, I'm doing a daily labor. How was your child? He said he died last month. What?
Developing a technology using the solar energy to concentrate it on a ray, on an optical ray, and eating the rock, the asteroid, with this ray to put it in pieces. But in order not to disperse these pieces and gases and other volatiles in the rock, they are covering it with a big bag.
So, yeah, I mean, I just, I don't know that I feel like being on a submarine, right? And you love the ocean, but when you're on the submarine, you're not experiencing the ocean because you're stuck in the submarine. I would rather scuba dive where I can get out and move around. And
yes, we're returning to the moon, but I don't think it is a duplicate trip. So I think it is very beneficial, and be interested to see what we learn. And doing things differently and betterly, more efficiently, more safely.
People just don't get it. They don't get it. We are on a lifeboat, and it's a very fragile lifeboat. The atmospheric skin of the Earth compared to the size of the planet is paper thin. It's almost nothing around our planet. We don't have any protection.
I would just not like to say, here I liken it to that of the Earth and our regulations that we have here regarding our water renewable resources, and not to be able to utilize all of that, to be cognizant of nature.
The amount of helium-3 on the moon could easily sustain human growth for thousands of years. Like, not just human presence on Earth, but like the growth that we expect to see for thousands of years from an energy consumption level.
Water. People and animals drink water from the same tap. Can you imagine that people and the animal drinking water from the same tap? Not for 1 day or 2 days, they are drinking from like years, like 100 of years they are drinking water like this.
Heavy industries in space or on the moon itself, because the moon, has a lower, smaller gravity dwell, no? So you can leave the moon quite easily than not leaving Earth. And there is no atmosphere, so you don't have to balance with winds or clouds or the weather.
Bye-bye, take care. Good night from Pakistan.
Good morning from US.